What are the challenges of retirement? That's what we're going to talk about today, right here, Retirement for Seniors. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Retirement challenges involve significant emotional, physical, and financial adjustments. Now, key difficulties include managing your reduced income. Obviously, you're not going to be working anymore and have that income to rely on, while covering the rising health costs. And you're also going to find purpose outside of work, just so that you can fight that boredom and that loneliness and adjusting to a new, somewhat unstructured daily routine. Now, many retirees also face health declines during this time as well, or they regret early financial planning decisions. And that's pretty commonplace. So today, guys, we're going to talk about 6 common challenges of retirement. The first one will be financial strain. Now, many retirees struggle with a fixed income, increased inflation costs, and the need to make savings last for 30 plus years, often leading to fear of outliving their money. I've worked with a lot of seniors, and that is the single biggest concern is fear of outliving your money. Number 2 is healthcare costs. Well, this one's unpredictable, and unfortunately, I can't give you a lot of information on this. You have the ability to watch every single year and adjust your plans accordingly for what's right for you, what you can financially handle. Healthcare costs are usually unpredictable and are rising all the time, including long-term care. Now, long-term care is not covered by Medicare. You need to have a separate policy for that. We're not going to discuss that here, but just want to be sure you know that you can specifically look for that type of coverage. Just reach out to your insurance agent, and they'll be more than happy to get you set up. Next, we have loss of purpose or your identity, and this one is big. Remember in the days you used to be able to say, hey, what do you do? And back in the day, I could say, well, I was a corporate security manager for an international firm of around $43 billion in sales. You know, that's actually what my job was. That's not what I did. So it's a little different nowadays. Nowadays, without the structure and the identity of your former job, a lot of retirees feel bored, isolated, and a lot really do suffer from a loss of meaning. They just don't find value in their lives, something that we're dedicating this channel to. And then, of course, the real important, we have mental and physical health. Now, retirement can lead to increased depression. And this is pretty commonplace that first year. A lot of anxiety and a higher risk of heart attack and stroke in the first year. And the other thing that we have found is that somewhere around 30% or more of couples that do retire, a lot of times just about the same time, find that the relationship can't just survive being together 24/7, 365. And there are a lot of couples that separate at this time. So know this in advance. Maybe you need to look at counseling or something just before you get into that retirement phase. Make sure you plan out, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay the bills and I'll work on the outside of the house. What about you work on the inside of the house? Work out some kind of a plan that just works right for your family. Next, guys, you've got social isolation. So social isolation really is more interacting with coworkers, and that can lead to loneliness. You know, remember that time in the break room. You know, I used to look forward to taking that break and visiting with some of my friends that I don't normally see a lot. Those relationships, well, guys, unfortunately, they're now gone. And you have relationship stress, a little something I just got done speaking about. Spending all day with that spouse or that partner requires navigating this brand new normal regarding your personal space and your independence. That's why I say It's really important that you get this worked out before you retire so that everybody knows exactly what's expected, right? All right, guys. Now, before I continue with the rest of the video, I just want to take a really quick interrupt here. So, guys, I'm offering a free one-time, one-on-one limited opportunity to work directly with me and not a member of my staff on retirement-related issues that you may be having. Maybe that isolation in the very beginning, maybe it's relationship. I've done 3 years of crisis counseling, so I'm real happy to help you. This is just my opinions, things that I have learned along the way, and I want to go ahead and pass on to you. Again, this is absolutely, totally free. Guys, seriously, this time is limited because I'm going to book up early. I have 6 slots left. All right, I've already had 4 so far, and even back as far as South Africa. I had a lovely lady that I worked with. Okay, so I'm going to book up early with this, being that it's free and it's limited to that first group of 10. All right, so retirement is supposed to be the reward after decades of hard work, but for many seniors, retirement can bring uncertainty, loneliness, stress, financial fear, or major life changes. Many people finally find themselves, what do I do? Who am I without my job? Why do I feel lost after retiring? Should I start over at this age? That's a real common one. You may need to become unstuck. Change the time management system so that you can maximize your productivity. Wait, there's productivity in retirement? Well, of course there is, guys. It would be your retirement plan. Now, hopefully you have a retirement plan that you've worked with financial advisors, so you know financially you can pull this amount of money out and that you can travel with this amount of money. You have that emergency money tucked away should something happen, like a car get damaged or the heater or air conditioner goes out. All right. If you'd like to develop your own personalized productivity plan, well, you'll be able to join my retirement productivity plan course coming out in the fall. So guys, be looking forward to that. Now let's jump back into the video. We're going to talk about some common regrets and obstacles. Now this one is pretty common, starting too late. 28% of recent retirees wish they had begun saving earlier. Guys, hear me when I say this. This is so important. 28% of people, almost a third of the people, say they wish they had started earlier. Also, people underestimate expenses. Many don't anticipate the high cost of health insurance, especially retiring before 65. Also, you find a lot of people lack of planning, failing to have a clear path as far as how they're going to fill their time. And that leads, like we said, to boredom and disappointment and frustration. Retirement challenges primarily stem from inflation eroding your purchasing power, rising health costs, and long-term care costs. The sequence of returns risk, where poor retirement market conditions can rapidly deplete your nest egg. The big thing is, guys, you should have enough there that you can ride the wave back up. Because what we've seen, history has shown that, yes, the market will get bad for a year or 2, maybe even 3, but it will usually go back. Okay. Now, psychological hurdles like loss of identity and social isolation is almost extremely common. To address these hurdles, navigate to the following focus areas. Focus on income planning. You're going to transition from accumulation mindset where you're working, or maybe you're working a gig economy and you're bringing this money in, so you're accumulating. And focus now on distribution so that you're pulling money out correctly. And you want to find a licensed fiduciary advisor that's going to help you out on that. Strategically withdrawing plans, such as a widely used 4% safe withdrawal method. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about 4%, and yes, it can work for some people. It's not going to work for others. That's why you really need to talk to a certified financial advisor. It's real important that you do that. They are the only ones that are going to be able to help you with your safe withdrawal method, okay? All right, now we have health care and long-term care. I'm just going to give you some general information on this. I am not an insurance salesperson. There's not much I can help you when it comes to this, except to point you to those individuals. So, can you delay your Social Security benefits past your full retirement age? It can significantly increase your guaranteed monthly payout. It does help to counteract inflation to an extent. And you've got mental transitions. Prepare for the lifestyle shift by finding purpose through volunteering. Maybe it's a gig economy. Maybe you want to work part-time, which is amazing. I did for several years until I wasn't able to physically. Or hobbies, a lot of hobbies. I started reading again. I do books on tape. One thing that I've gotten into is a little bit of woodworking around the house, trying to fix some things that had broken over a period of time. So social connections also is another really important one. Friends, you can always consult resources like the U.S. Department of Labor Retirement Toolkit. Now, let me give that one to you again. That is the U.S. Department of Labor. If you've enjoyed this information, I have another video coming up. Be sure that you check that one out in the corner. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Also, if you do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the video. It really helps to get this video pushed out to other seniors and other individuals who are looking for some direction during this confusing time in their retirement. Guys, I really do appreciate your support. Listen, my name is Mark, Retirement for Seniors. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions at all for me, leave them in the comments down below. I read every single one. Bye for now.